The road to a championship ends right here in Peoria, Illinois. Welcome in to the Class 3A title game. Two Chicago area heavyweights go toe-to-toe, Morgan Park and Fenwick. Now, Morgan Park survived Springfield Lanphier without their star player. It was 6'9" senior Linnell Henry leading the Mustangs with 12 points and 9 rebounds. So close to the double-double he's been averaging down this postseason stretch. Meanwhile, it was DJ Stewart who carried the Fenwick Friars to today's game. The 6'1" freshman looked mature on the court, posting a game-high 23 points and 8 rebounds. It is Championship Saturday. Welcome into America's original March Madness from Carver Arena. I'm Sierra Santos. Now, on a 17-game win streak, Fenwick is looking to win their first title in program history. They have not lost to a 3A team once this season, but can they take advantage of Morgan Park without their star player? The Mustangs survived without Ayo Dosunmu yesterday, but can they make it 2 days in a row? Let's go ahead and take a look at our slate of games for today. The 3A title game tipping off in just a few minutes. Someone is going to take home that first place trophy. Then our 4A coverage begins later this evening. Friend trying to maintain their one loss on the season, taking on Bolingbrook for third place. In the title game on CSN Plus, familiar foes in the Chicago Public League meeting for the third time this season. Whitney Young going for their third championship in 9 years, while Simeon in search of their 8th program title. But to set the stage for our title game, let's go ahead and bring in Lee and Tom, who are going to give us a little analysis on what each team needs to do to get the job done, guys.
All right, Sierra, thank you very much. Well, Fenwick has seen Simeon, Whitney Young, or Morgan Park has seen Simeon, and now they're butt heads against each other here today. How is Fenwick going to deal with that Morgan Park pressure? Even without Ayo Dosunmu out there, they can bring the pressure 94 feet here.
Yeah, they will, and they definitely will. This is something that's going to be interesting to see how Morgan Park changes defenses and how Fenwick handles that. You heard Nick Irvin talk about it with Sierra Santos right before the game. They're going to do that a little bit. They're going to maybe show some zone, maybe play some man, go full court, go half court. So Nick's going to change it up a little bit, and we'll see how Coach Malnati and the Fenwick Friars handle that. I think that's going to be one of the really interesting things to watch. The other is Fenwick able to make shots? You know, at basketball coaches, you talk to them for about 5 minutes and they'll go through all about, you know, we got to do this, we got to handle. It all comes down to making shots, whether you do or don't. And so if Fenwick's able to make the 12 to 15-foot jump shots, I think they're going to be okay. It's going to be really difficult to get near the basket because Morgan Park is just so much taller than they are.
All right, let's take a look at how these teams got here, winning their semifinal games. Yesterday, it was Fenwick running away from Bloomington late to make it to the championship game. Morgan Park holding off Lanphier 60 to 53. Of course, Morgan Park without their all-stater Ayo Dosunmu, the top junior in the state, suffered a broken bone in his foot very early in yesterday's semifinal. Let's take a look at Morgan Park, the #1 ranked team in Class 3A, as everybody did a little more yesterday to make up for the departure of Dosunmu.
Which is what you've got to do. You know, when you get an all-stater that sits down and can't come back, you've got to find a way to get the job done. It's not always easy. It's not always going to be fun. There's going to be a lot of dirty work, a lot of offensive rebounding, a lot of attacking defensively. That's what they're going to have to do.
On the other side, Fenwick tied for second in the final poll, 30 wins and counting, and their freshman DJ Stewart really went out and got it. What a game he had for the Friars. Of course, Jamal Nixon with 18 points in the game as well, and Fenwick just a well-rounded team, Constable.
Yeah, they really are. This is when you and I talked earlier this week, I said I get a feeling that they are really the best team here. You don't know that they'll win because they might not make shots. There's a lot of things that could happen, but I think they're the best team here. They play really well defensively. They rotate defensively. They do a lot of things that help you win games, but it comes down to making shots.
And it comes down to hardware. Morgan Park going for their third state championship in the last 5 seasons. It would be the first for the Fenwick Friars. We'll tip it off here in Peoria. Coming up next.
The 2017 IHSA Basketball State Finals are brought to you by Country Financial. At Country Financial, we understand that helping you means knowing you. Take charge of owning your future with Country Financial. Call your local rep at 1-866-COUNTRY or visit ownyourfuture.com.
Morgan Park, the #1 ranked 3A team in the state. Fenwick tied for second in the final poll. It's #1 against #2 for the 3A state championship here at Carver Arena in downtown Peoria. And we are just about ready to get underway. Let's go to our PA announcer, Paul Herzog.
Good afternoon, basketball fans. On behalf of the Illinois High School Association of the City of Peoria, welcome to Carver Arena for America's original March Madness in the 110th year of State Series competition. Today's Class 3A championship game for 2017 features the Friars of Oak Park Fenwick, 30-4, and the Mustangs of Chicago Morgan Park, record of 25-6. And now to Honor America. Please stand, remove your caps, and pause for a moment of silence as we remember the men and women of the armed forces serving us here and around the world away from their families, protecting our freedom. Thank you as we thank them. And now please address the flag with your hand over your heart as Megan Wilcox, a senior at Maine South High School, leads us in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And now let's meet the starting lineups for this 3A championship game. At a guard for Oak Park Fenwick, a 6'3" senior, 1, Jacob Keller. At a guard for Chicago Morgan Park, a 6'2" sophomore, 0, Lamond Johnson. Another guard for the Friars, a 6'2" junior, 11, A.J. Nixon. Another guard for the Mustangs, a 6-foot senior, 4, Cam Irvin. Another guard for Fenwick, a 6'1" freshman, 21, DJ Stewart. At center for Morgan Park, a 6'9" senior, 23, Linnell Henry. The fourth guard for the Friars, a 6'2" junior, 24, Billy Bruce. At a forward for the Mustangs, a 6'10 junior, 1, Tamel Pearson. At a forward for Fenwick, a 6'5 senior, 10, Jamal Nixon. At a forward for Morgan Park, a 6'7 senior, 15, Mello Burrell.
Our starting lineups presented by Taco Bell for Morgan Park. Lamont Johnson, Cam Irvin, Tamel Pearson now in the lineup with Ayo Dosunmu out. Mello Burrell, Linnell Henry also starting for the Mustangs. Jacob Keller and A.J. Nixon, D.J. Stewart, Billy Bruce, the guards for Fenwick, along with Jamal Nixon, the 6'5 senior. Nick Irvin, what a job he's done in 9 years as the head coach at Morgan Park. Great enthusiasm. Look at these two guys. Two of the really great coaching names in the Chicago area, Nick Irvin and Rick Malnati.
More than friends, more than, they're like brothers. And it all comes from Nick's dad, Mac Irvin, who started the Mac Irvin Fire. Rick is a big fan of the family. They are really, really close friends. Think the world of each other.
Rick Malnati, former fiery guard of the Bradley Braves, played here in Peoria, 4-year head coach at Fenwick, now 102 and 23. Also brought teams from New Trier here to state. And you talk about the family tree. You talk about Nick's dad, Mac Irvin. His brother Mike runs that boys program now. Mac Jr. runs the girls program. His sister-in-law is Corey Irvin, the head coach at Whitney Young's girls team. His brother Byron played at Mizzou and in the NBA. Brother Lance is an assistant coach. His sister Cindy is a regional AD, and his nephew is a guard on the team. And not bad. The first city, the first family of Chicago basketball.
I don't think there's any question about it. You see the last 5 talking, and you see the guy on his crutches there listening in, and you know it's just killing him to have those crutches and that cast on. You can only imagine how much it hurts. I talked to him a little bit after everything was done yesterday. He was in a wheelchair getting ready to go, and frustrated, upset, disappointed, but last thing he said was, my team's going to win it.
He's got one more year of high school basketball as well. Yeah, I was back in the under portions of Carver Arena and saw him getting in his family's car after the game. It's heartbreaking to see that.
It is. Yep. And it's interesting that they go big. Tamel Pearson is the one that gets the start, and so they get even taller. Friars come out in that 1-3-1 zone. They're going to try and front the post as much as they can, and that gets them a turnover to start the game.
It was so effective yesterday against Bloomington as we get a look at Jacob Keller, the senior point guard for the Friars. Morgan Park opens man-to-man, and the Friars go on the attack here. Opening moments, 3A state championship game.
It's his spot to shoot it. He didn't even look that time.
Jamal Nixon will let it fly from three-point range that time. Morgan Park battles for the rebound, but losing it out of bounds. Tamel Pearson, the junior, in the lineup today without Ayo Dosunmu in the lineup for them.
Rebounding will not be for the faint of heart. Had to go find the ball. It went underneath the table.
Don King, a local Peoria guy, one of the officials here today. Billy Bruce from the baseline.
No hesitation. Turn, found the rim immediately. You look at the back of the rim, the furthest part away from you, and he let that one fly.
He only had 15 three-point makes coming into this ball game, and now he gets the deflection on defense, but it will stay with Morgan Park. Morgan Park out of the public league. Look at their school facts. They've become frequent visitors to Peoria come March Madness time. Pearson unable to get it to go inside, and it'll go to Fenwick.
And now Nick Irvin changes it up a little bit. He's going to bring some trapping zone pressure here. They want you to get it across half court, and then here they come. There's the trap.
And Fenwick turns it over. Mello Burrell with the steal. Irvin for three. It rattles in. The senior averages 17.5 points a game, and he ties it here early.
Nick said it's going to have to be my nephew that steps it up. He's got to put the ball in the basket.
A.J. Nixon with the free throw line jumper.
Nice, comfortable, easy offense for Fenwick. They move the basketball, find the open man.
Ooh, nice take, Lamont Johnson.
This is a heavyweight fight from the start. There's no sparring here. There's no jabs. This is a haymaker that's coming from way behind.
Billy Bruce leaves it for Nixon. His shot's no good. And the Mustangs corral the rebound.
Anxious to see how DJ Stewart reacts. Freshman in this game.
And the whistle inside will go against the Friars as we take a look at Fenwick's school bio out of Oak Park. The black and white clad Friars out of the Chicago Catholic League. Of course, Dave Power, we've seen Fenwick Friars ladies basketball team at Redbird Arena. They were frequent visitors about 10 years ago or so. And Rick Malnati has brought the boys team here as Linnell Henry hits a free throw and gives the shush sign to the Fenwick crowd.
Shushes the Fenwick fans, which will just get them to be all the louder.
Yeah, I wouldn't antagonize them. Because then you do something like that, you miss a free throw, you think they'll remember that next time? Oh, I bet. A.J. Nixon looks inside, now gives to Jamal Nixon. They are not related. Nixon the miss, DJ Stewart the freshman, the follow.
Hangs in the air, waits a second, and then drops it home. I wondered how he would react. It's a pretty good start for him.
23 points, 8 rebounds yesterday for the freshman. He gives Fenwick a 1-point lead. And now the Friars come up with a steal. Nixon, yes, he will take it 1-on-2 and draw the foul. And here's the freshman on the glass for the Friars as they lead it here early.
I'm Ayo DeSuma, junior guard from Morgan Park. My role model is my dad, because like he just, when I was young, he just told me to play. He basically taught me the game basketball, and then throughout playing basketball up to now, he just been there, always been there for me. One thing that y'all know about Coach is like most people think that when they first see him, they think that he don't get on us a lot. But no matter who we playing against, like if we playing against the best team or the lowest team in the conference, he always coached the exact same. He don't never let up. My dream job is to work for CSN. I want to be I want to major in communications and be an analyst. I probably could imitate Coach Nick, because if it's a game and like I'm going through a time where I'm not I'm turning the ball over or I'm scoring, necessarily he won't say anything to me. He just give me the look, and then I know that just to pick it up. He'll like touch his head, then he'll look away, and then he'll look at me like, and then I just know to pick it up. He won't have to say anything else to me.
And it was just a look. Just one look, right?
That's all it takes.
The old song.
It's all it takes a lot of times. Now Fenwick extends that 1-3-1.
This 1-3-1 gave Bloomington trouble in the semifinals.
Fenwick doesn't like to play it. They don't like to play the 1-3-1, but Lee, they're really good at it.
I was going to say they're very effective at it as Lamont Johnson gets called for the charge. And there's Billy Bruce sticking his nose right in things.
Who'd he run over? Billy Bruce.
He's that kind of guy. He's the guy that takes charges, dives after the basketball. He's double teamed right here and almost turns it over. DJ Stewart, what instincts by the freshman. Just stayed with it, didn't really go full bore, but felt the defense give and takes it to the hole strong. And now it's Billy Bruce with the tie up, and it'll be Fenwick ball as Rick Malnati applauds on the Fenwick sideline.
Like we were talking last game, Billy Bruce doesn't have to score a lot of points to be a big factor in a game like this. It's taking charges. It's getting, making a good pass out of a double team. It's finding an open teammate with that extra pass, and sometimes you will get that three. But a kid like Billy Bruce can be very, very effective without putting up 6, 7, 8 points.
He had 5 yesterday. He's that Rick Malnati kind of player. That's the kind of player Rick Malnati was at Bradley.
That's not surprising.
You know, he always jokes about his playing career and how we can't find his highlights and things like that. But he was a hard-nosed player, and, you know, I mean, everybody knows their role, right? And he had a role.
That's it.
Lamont Johnson with the miss.
Morgan Park needs second chance opportunities. They're not a great shooting team. They need turnovers, they need second chance opportunities, and they need easy baskets. That's a turnover at half court that turns into a layup. That's the kind of thing they need and usually get. Now they go to a 2-3 zone. And it's almost a flat 3-2 as I look at it now. He's switching.
Switched to man-to-man.
Yeah, he switched to man-to-man. In a possession, there are not many teams that can handle that. This is a drill that they do defensively during the year. They're back to the 2-3 now.
Nixon. It's A.J. Nixon with the 3. Oh, that's the kind of confidence that Nick Irvin has in his players.
Yeah.
Melo Burrell the miss. 2 minutes to go now, first quarter. Fenwick out to a 5-point lead. Keller, tough take. He hits the deck hard while the play goes on above him.
Almost couldn't stand up there because the play was still going on.
He's a quarterback. He's used to being at the bottom of a pile, right?
Yeah, and okay with
that. Have a guy step on you. Inside to Linnell Henry. What a game he had yesterday. 12 points, 9 boards.
Big and strong, and that's just what he did. He realized he had Billy Bruce on him. That's just a turn and shoot.
Keller gets a screen. Now fires into the corner to DJ Stewart for 3.
Oh, this freshman feels zero pressure. Zero.
He's got 7 of the 14 Fenwick points. Morgan Park gets a little inside. Fenwick gets a little outside.
Nice muscle inside. And then this is really good court vision to see the open man. That 30-yard out. Is that what you're calling it right there?
It was a rollout for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
He was not in the pocket.
Nope. Really nice stuff from both teams. Stewart got a piece of it.
With the steal.
And a foul
whistle
call
on Morgan Park. Here's another look at that Jacob Keller rolling out. Yeah. Not and a look off too. No look pass to the corner.
Think he does that in football very often? Probably not, huh? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm guessing he could probably do it all the time.
I love watching Keller play point guard. He controls the game, finds the open man.
Well, point guard and quarterback. Who doesn't want to be that guy when you're a kid, right? O'Laughlin into the ball game now. That's Mike O'Laughlin, another football player. Long three attempt, Namari Burnett off the mark.
The pace favors Morgan Park, but Fenwick offensively is getting what they want. And now you see they're slowing it down a little bit. He's got to get across half court. He has about a second left. He hopped across. It was getting pretty close.
Always the fancy footwork, huh? And here's Nixon with the take, and Jamal Nixon whistle for the charge. Took it just a little too deep there and draws the charge.
When stopping to take a 4 or 5 foot jump shot, he was wide open there instead of trying to finish. Just put the ball off the window.
Last second chance here perhaps for the Mustangs. At the buzzer it was Henry and it didn't go. It's Fenwick with the 14-8 lead over Morgan Park here after one quarter. And how about the freshman DJ Stewart? Little follow-up here. He hit a 3 as well. And the Friars lead it by 6. The Fenwick Friars chasing their first state championship in boys basketball. They lead at 14-8. Morgan Park, on the other hand, going for number 3 in the last 5 years. This was 2014 state champions. Their second straight state championship. And they were 3rd and 15, missed out on a trip to state last year, losing the super sectional. They're back. And there you get a look at their state championship tradition. First back in 76, they took home a 3rd place trophy in 2001. And then those 3 trophies for Nick Irvin's squad. You see 519 on his polo. That's his dad's birthday. Mac Irvin, always in his thoughts. Henry off the glass.
5 turnovers now for Morgan Park. 7 points off turnovers for Fenwick, and 5-0 on second chance points to the Friars.
Give inside, O'Laughlin is fouled.
Another offensive rebound, another second chance opportunity for Fenwick. This is where I thought they might struggle because Morgan Park is so much bigger. But so far, they've really done a great job on their offensive backboard.
Both teams shooting 33%, and I'll whistle on Linnell Henry inside, and it'll be free throws for the Friars.
Fouls starting to pile up just a little bit.
5 team fouls on Morgan Park. 2 for the Friars. Jamal Nixon at the line, the all-time leader in wins at Fenwick High School, passing Corey Maggette this year. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good day when you're mentioned in the same sentence as Corey Maggette,
that's
right?
Not bad, right?
6'5" senior. He's going to play college basketball at Minnesota State.
They will like him a lot. Saw Nick Rakocevic play a little bit last night. USC with a big win down the stretch. One of the first 4 with 2 wins already. Nice to see Big Nick on the floor. And then celebrating after the game. And look at this. It is consistently one and done.
But
and
Irvin with
Irvin.
the steal. Opportunistic Cam Irvin with 5 points. His uncle urging on the defense. But Fenwick breaks the press nicely. Damari Nixon off the bench with the layup.
Morgan Park may have to pull off that press and go with a half-court defense. So far, Fenwick has handled it not only with ease, but they've scored against that press.
Damari Burnett behind the arc. Makes it a 5-point game. Burnett had 9 in the win over Lanphier yesterday. And it's Henry with the swat as 5'11" Damari Nixon took it down into big man territory. This is what we were looking for.
Yeah, good luck.
Off the inbounds play, that's Sam Daniels off the bench with the 3-point attempt for Fenwick.
Doing just what he does. He is a catch-and-shoot kid.
Second-year varsity player.
That's a tough pass. Oh, that's great hands to catch it, and then it's tapped out. That's a really tough pass to catch.
Well, that's a tight end, right?
Yeah, that's going to catch footballs in college.
Notre Dame, Wisconsin, Central Michigan, Ball State looking at the 6'5", 207-pound junior, Michael Laughlin, number 33. Morgan Park comes up with the steal, and Nick Irvin with applause on a yes, sir. Hi-yo! Channeling a little Ed McMahon there, perhaps. Who? Morgan Park breaking the pressure. They trail it by 5 here.
Oh, good spin.
Irvin for 3. And last touch by Jamal Nixon. Cam Burrell, number 3, into the ball game from Morgan Park. DJ Stewart returns for Fenwick. The freshman having an impressive performance here in his first trip to state.
And you get a feeling it may not be his last.
Keller the steal.
Boy, I like watching Keller play basketball.
In the corner for Bruce. His 3 is off the mark.
Here's another second chance. Yep, this is where Morgan Park really hurts you when they get a second chance opportunity, because they've spread out the defense based on a shot in the block out. Now that they've spread you out, they're able to find that second chance opportunity, and there it is right there, right underneath.
Second foul on Jamal Nixon. Mello Burrell at the line, 70% free thrower. 7 points, 8 rebounds in yesterday's win.
Nixon could be out a while now with 2 fouls.
This splits the free throws. It's a 4-point game.
Mark this down. 5:22 left when he went out with his second foul.
Laughlin the charge. That's okay in October, but not in March.
Nope, not going to work too well in March. And pretty good defense right there.
Burrell picking up, drawing the charge there. Now it's 4 fouls on Fenwick. And a kick for O'Laughlin. Malnati always looks like that, doesn't he?
Yeah, I don't think that if he wakes up, I think that's how he looks.
And Keller forced to foul as Morgan Park gets it inside again. It's the first on the senior point guard, and it'll be free throw time again for Morgan Park.
Well, I mentioned that fouls were piling up for Morgan Park. They are now starting to pile up for Fenwick. Morgan Park attacking the basket. When they do, they're a much different team.
Jamel Pearson, Lamont Johnson back into the game for Morgan Park. Kenyon Dooling's out there now as well.
And here they come, that full court pressure.
Morgan Morgan Park trailed by 8. They're now back within 2. The scoop pass to A.J. Nixon for 3.
Big 3 right there. There's a little Morgan Park Tide that was rolling.
There's a little 6-0 run by Morgan Park, and now a whistle against the Friars. Fouls on Keller, that's his second. As the Friars hit the 3, Keller almost lost control of the ball, got it to his shooter, and the Friars are up 5. Tomorrow at 4 on CSN, it's game on. 2017 Illinois State High School Hockey Championships. Catch New Trier Green squaring off against Providence Catholic for the title at the United Center. A little old-time hockey, eh? Lee Hall, Tom Dorr.
Stat that I didn't think I would see. 4:39 left in the first half. Rebounds, Oak Park leading this one 16-9. And that second chance point still huge, 7-1 in favor of Oak Park.
What are your thoughts on how they've attacked the Morgan Park defense here?
You know, they're getting some dribble drive penetration and then able to kick out to the shooter. I'd like to see Keller, especially when he makes that move into the lane, be able to stop and then drop down a jumper or 2 to make Morgan Park respect that. Right now, they're not really looking for him to be a shooter at all or a scorer at all.
Tamel Pearson, 6'10" junior. Hits both free throws. Pretty nice looking shot there. Mustangs back within 3. Both these teams lost heartbreakers last year. I guess, you know, everybody that loses Shia State loses a heartbreaker, right?
Yeah.
But for Fenwick, it was an upset loss to St. Joe's in the sectional final. For Morgan Park, it was in the Super to Lincoln Way West.
Oak Park's handling this pressure pretty well.
O'Loughlin's got a touch pretty deep there. Gives it back out to Billy Bruce, who travels.
And there's the difference. And here he comes, Nick. I was just about to say, you wonder if Nixon's going to come back here, because that's an offensive possession that with Nixon there, and this is nothing against O'Loughlin, but with Nixon there, you've got an all-stater who's going to be able to convert inside and knows what to do. Back to that 1-3-1 zone.
Irvin for 3. Battle for the rebound. And a really tough battle as both players, clean play, both going after the ball hard.
And
Stewart and Burrell.
I think it's a foul against Morgan Park. Yeah.
I think, yeah, it is. Looked pretty clean. It looked like a pretty good, clean battle there, but the foul whistled on Burrell.
Yep. Now they change up that pressure again. And they want to get the ball out of Keller's hands, which makes sense.
The 3 is good for A.J. Nixon, the junior, with his second 3 of the quarter.
So now how long does Morgan Park stay with that press? Because it has really been good for Fenwick. They've scored almost every time off of that press.
4 of 9 now behind the arc. And Morgan Park attempt to answer is no good. Here comes Keller. And the double team came at him, and a steal by Lamont Johnson. And now he's fouled by Billy Bruce.
Rick Malnati talking to Keller right now, saying, don't force it. If it's there, you take it to the basket. If it's not, you don't force it. You don't run over somebody. You'll do that again in August.
Right. At Northern Iowa University, by the way. 26 touchdowns, 6 interceptions last year.
That's pretty strong.
That's too shabby. Lamont Johnson, 10 points yesterday in the win. He's really a defensive guy, the best defender in the state according to Nick Irvin, and he called Lamont Walker, former Morgan Park player, how does Coach Irvin want me to play defense?
Yeah.
What does he want me to do? I thought that was great. That he's doing research, in essence, to find out how to play.
Yep, give me some tips. What will work? What won't get me yelled at? What can I do? Nixon's got to be a little careful now. He's got 2 fouls, but you know they want to get him the ball. And there he is with it on the just outside the block.
Here comes the double team. He lost it. I don't know if he was trying to shoot and draw a foul, or if he just was trying to make a pass and lost it.
Yeah,
either way, it's Morgan Park ball.
I think it was kind of a mixture of the two. He never got squared up, which makes it more difficult to make a good shot. Can't hurry. You can't hurry in this game. You can be quick.
And you can't hurry love either, from what I've been told. Mustangs turn it over, but no. Now they say it's Morgan Park ball, that Fenwick touched it last.
What a great championship game.
Yeah, that was a good call. It went off the foot. Lamont Johnson for 3. He's got 6. And it's a 1-point game. Nixon off the window, and it's Burrell ripping down the rebound.
Yeah, it's just make the layup. Don't do anything fancy, just make the layup.
Mustangs turn it over. Stewart on the break. Gives inside and a whistle, and it'll be free throw time for Jamal Nixon.
Lamont Johnson at the line. Jamal Nixon.
Pretty good catch inside. Yep. Jamal Nixon 4 of 4 at the line. We talked about the sectional final heartbreak a year ago. This year, Fenwick won the sectional final on Jamal's birthday, and the crowd serenaded him.
Yeah, wasn't that something? Yeah.
22 Marcus Watson.
Looks like he got his shoulder banged up. That's what it looks like he's working, is trying to get that shoulder back to where it feels like it's in good shape. And this is a smart move by Rick Malnati. Nixon's come in and made a couple nice contributions on both ends of the floor. Now you get him out. It's a 2-point ball game with 1:50 left. You just don't want to pick up that third. Even if Morgan Park gets a 3, 4, 5-point lead, it's not worth him picking up that third foul.
Here's the Fenwick double team. Minute 30 to go now, first half. Fenwick, the 2-point lead. They led by 8. And a travel inside against Henry. Seven turnovers now for Morgan Park, 8 for Fenwick.
It's a bunch in a row for Fenwick at 8. Remember, it was 8-1 for a while. Ooh. Now you got to attack. Let's see what they do. 5 on 4.
Cam Irvin gambled for the steal. Stewart, the pull-up jumper is good. The freshman,
Are you sure he's a freshman?
Ice water in his veins.
Absolutely sure he's a freshman.
Well, Jamal Nixon says you'd never know he's 15.
No.
Nice floater down the baseline for Namari Burnett. He's got 5.
Morgan Park has taken that press off.
Oh, Stewart didn't know he had a defender behind him and turns it over. But he gets the block. What a recovery by the freshman.
And then threw it away. Trying to do too much. Just trying to do a little too much.
It's an incompletion.
Yep. Keller thought might have been roughing the passer.
Lamont Johnson comes back in, so he's okay. He's still working that shoulder, but after losing your All-Stater Ayo Dosunmu yesterday, they could ill afford another injury. 30 seconds to go now. Fenwick up 2. Morgan Park looking to take the lead here before halftime. Long pass picked off by Fenwick. And now the Friars a little sloppy with the basketball.
What a tough first half of basketball. Nice
Billy
dish.
Bruce. Irvin from way outside got rim.
It did get rim from three-quarter court. That would have made Keller proud with a quarterback throw. What a heck of a first half.
The Friars take a 27-22 or 27-25 lead rather to the locker room. Neither team shooting it great, but a hard-fought, close game here at halftime as Rick Malnati takes the lead into the locker room. The former Bradley Brave trying to win the first state championship for Fenwick in their boys high school basketball history.
He had to stop and get a drink. He's going to talk to Sierra Santos in a second, but he had to stop and get a drink.
Been a hard-fought first half, man. It's tough for the players. It's tougher for those old coaches. Let's go to Sierra.
Coach Malnati, a really physical first half. How do you like the way your guys have responded to Morgan Park's defensive pressure?
I mean, they're throwing everything in the kitchen sink at our guys. And, you know, sometimes I think we're responding well, and sometimes I think we're just taking shots that are a little out of character for us. But, you know, this is a high-pressure game, and it's the first time they've been in a championship game. So I think we got the nerves out now, and, you know, we just got to guard. I mean, our defense has been good. I think offensively we're just not making wide-open shots.
How are you going to get those to fall in the second half?
We're going to go in. We got 25 minutes to pray real hard right now. We're a Catholic school, so we got a lot of people up in the stands right now.
All right. Well, the Friars are going to go pray during halftime. Good luck in the second half. Guys, we'll send it back over to you at the table.
Rick Malnati, the good Catholic boy, right? His Friars are living right. They lead it by 2 going to halftime.
We are here at halftime for a 3A championship game. The Fenwick Friars currently on top 2 points over Morgan Park. Their head coach saying they're going to do a little praying at halftime to try and get some of those buckets to fall. But now I am joined by Derek McCurdy of Carl Sandburg High School out of Orland Park, and you guys won the IHSA Student Section Showdown. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
And tell us a little bit about why your student section is so special.
Our student section is very unique. We're very unified with all 4 grades. We try and incorporate everyone and support all our events, getting everybody out there in our themes, cheering for the Sandburg Eagles. It's really a great time.
Now, tell me about these themes, because you're one of the organizers. What types of events do you do?
We do a lot of cool events. Before game, we have tailgates where we put face paint all over, get really pumped up for the game. We have USA themes, blackouts, our homecoming whiteout theme. This year we did an event called Color the Fans, where we had blue powder and we just all threw it up, and then we all charge into the fans, 1,200 of us strong, and go and cheer on our team.
So you guys don't hold anything back when it comes to organizing. And Derek, you play soccer. You're an athlete yourself. So how important is it to have the backing of a strong student section when you're out there on the field?
It's awesome. It gives you that motivation, whether if you're down or just having a rough game, just brings you back up and makes you want to play for your team and your school.
All right, Derek, thank you so much. Congratulations to your school and your Eagles. We'll go ahead and send it out to break. And when we come back, we'll have halftime highlights from Fenwick and Morgan Park. Back here at halftime for the 3A championship title. Fenwick currently on top by 2 points over Morgan Park. Fenwick and Morgan Park certainly playing a very physical game in the first half. We'll go ahead and take a look at our first half highlights, and it was Billy Bruce of Fenwick getting the scoring started. A 3 from the corner made it 3-0 Fenwick, and then DJ Stewart, the freshman, with the penetration inside and the nice finish. And then DJ Stewart again, he's from three-point land in the corner, the freshman with 9 points in the first half. And in the second quarter, Cam Urban, his uncle said he was going to need him to step up in this game, and he does. The nice 3. And then Linnell Henry, the big body inside, muscling it in. And finally, Namari Burnett, capping off a strong second period for the Mustangs. He buries the 3 right there. Coming back, we'll have a interview with Morgan Park's head coach. That's right after the break. All right, Coach, your team just trailing by 2 points. Fenwick's coach said you threw everything but the kitchen sink at him in the first half. So what is the plan for the second half?
Same thing. They try to make it difficult for them to score and not let them get too comfortable. Coach Rick, a great coach. I'm just trying to make it uncomfortable for him.
All right, I heard you guys saying to your guys, you said there's no pressure.
There ain't no pressure on us. You know, everybody picked us across the state to lose since IO went down, so it ain't no pressure on us. No, the pressure on them, actually. You know, so we just got to come out and play our basketball and just have fun for the next 16 minutes.
Hey, thank you so much, Coach. I know you're going to be having fun.
I'm about to have some fun. I'm about to get animated over here.
All right, I'll go ahead and send it back over to the guys at the table.
I'm glad he's going to get animated now because he was very reserved in the first half.
Yeah.
27-25 our score. Take a look at the first half numbers. Pretty even from a shooting standpoint, Tom. The rebounds in favor of Fenwick. They've got 8 offensive rebounds and second chance points. They lead 7-1.
And those turnovers jumped right back even. Remember I was talking about it was 7-2 to start the second quarter. 10-9 now. So this thing has made it was a big second quarter for turnovers. Why are you laughing at me?
Because you're assuming I was listening to what you said.
So 10-9, big change there. But what I'd like to hear, what I'd like to see now is how much Morgan Park puts that press on in this second half. There's Nick. How much are they going to press here in the second half? Every time they pressed, Fenwick didn't just score, they scored like that. You know, the finger snap like that against the press. But when Morgan Park brought it down defensively and got set defensively, it was much more difficult for Fenwick to score, which is not what I would have expected at all.
And Fenwick throws it away. An incompletion from the quarterback, Jacob Keller. We talked about yesterday about their controversial loss in the state semifinals in football, and you know they went to court and tried to win that. Well, now 3 of those football players are trying to win a state championship here as Henry can't get the follow, gets it again and can't finish. Mello Burrell. And yes, if you were wondering, Nick Irvin is animated again on the sideline.
3 opportunities at the basket. 3 opportunities, and that's what's going to make the difference.
And that was the 3rd personal foul on Jamal Nixon. So Rick Malnati put him on the bench for the last 2 minutes of the second quarter, as you pointed out.
To avoid that.
And then 15 seconds into the third quarter, he picks up number 3.
It's tough. That's tough.
Mello Burrell makes both free throws, and we're tied. And the whistle against Urban.
A very quick reach. You play defense with your feet. As soon as you reach defensively for the ball, referees are generally going to call a foul. You cannot reach. You play defense with your feet.
Takeaway from Morgan Park. Henry with the steal. The three-pointer knocked down. Namari Bennett with his second three of the game. And it's Morgan Park out in front now by 3. A 5-0 run to start the second half. Air ball. Jamal Nixon. And check that. That was A.J. Nixon. Here comes Stewart after the three-point miss. Takes it in. Whistle, charge. And that leads me to a point that Jacob Keller made about Stewart. He says he always has some freshman moments, but he's always looking forward to the next play.
Yeah. And it's going to happen. I don't care how good, I don't care how polished you are, you're going to make mistakes. See, kind of lost control for a second. Good call. Defender was standing right there, took the charge. That's a heck of a play.
And as he grows as a player, all you got to do is pull up that dribble and hit that 6-foot shot.
And if you don't have it, don't force it. Don't give the possession away because you're in a hurry. Bring it back out, set something up, and try and get a good shot. When you just throw it away, and that's what they did, just throw it away, that's a turnover in my mind. When you do that, you're giving the ball to the other team.
And it's that fine line between aggression and smart play,
exactly.
Right?
And that's where a freshman becomes a sophomore and becomes a junior, and the coach likes you a lot more when you're a sophomore and junior and senior than he does when you're a freshman. Now, I would go right at Nixon. I absolutely would go right at Nixon if I'm Morgan Park. Here in the next 3 minutes or so, I would try and get whoever he's guarding in a screen roll or get him attacked on the post and let that man turn around and make a move and go to the basket. I would make Nixon play defense.
Burnett now with 10 points. Billy Bruce for 3. And the foul on the tip, it looked like it was Stewart.
Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
Stewart with 11. And that brings the Friars crowd to life. You can hear them. Inside, Henry walked.
Nixon came over to help and took a swing at the arm and the ball and came very close to getting his 4th personal foul.
Break the pressure. They trail it by 3. 5:52 left here, third quarter. 3A state championship on the line. Nixon almost turns it over and does. Burnett now gets it back at the 3-point line, misses the 3. Henry went for the rebound, thought he was going to get called for over the back, let it go, and now here's Keller with the finish. His first field goal of the game.
And they needed that. They needed Keller to be able to finish inside.
Oh. Irvin can't finish at the other end.
Four on 3, wide open. Just not falling.
Each team now with 4 three-pointers made, I should say. That was Lamont Johnson going for number 4.
Bodies are good, flying at almost every rebound.
Nixon high off the glass, tough shot, no good.
Yeah.
Maybe a force there. It's not just freshmen that do it, seniors do it too. It's a 1-point game here with 4:33 left in the third. Jacob Keller taking it all the way. The quarterback keeper, and the Friars are within 1.
My name is Connor Wilson from the Fenwick Friars. The strangest food I've ever eaten was, I was in Arizona when I was about 7, and my brother dared me to eat this quail egg. It was like some bird egg, so I just ate egg yolk. and yeah, so didn't taste good. Something funny about one of my teammates is one time we were driving to a game, it was an away game, and Michael Laughlin, he's a junior, he fell asleep, and apparently on his phone there was some like 70s disco music playing, and so Jacob Keller was videotaping him sleeping, and it was funny. One of my phobias is Nico-phobia. You know, he's a wild card, Nico Hobbs. He just comes in, kind of scares me sometimes, you know. I don't know where he's coming from. Gotta be on my toes. One of my superstitions is before every game, my house is like 30 minutes away from school, maybe even a little bit more during rush hour, but I still drive home to get my uniform because we're on a winning streak ever since I forgot my uniform at home, so I always have to drive home and get it and come back. My dream job is to be a taxi driver because, you know, whenever I get in a taxi, you know, they're always wise. They've seen it all. So I feel like as soon as I become a taxi driver, I'm just gonna be like all-seeing, all-knowing. So that's what I want to be. He just told us today, actually, apparently one of the starters was injured when he was at Bradley, and so he had to come in. This was against Indiana State, and guard Larry Bird, and he said he scored 4 of his 6 points that season against him, so he kind of like gave Larry Bird buckets. So, yeah.
And that would have been, if it wasn't in Terre Haute, it was at Robertson Memorial Fieldhouse. That's no longer there.
Okay.
Against Larry Bird and the baby blue clad sycamores. Those were sweet. You talk about some sweet unis.
Were they good?
Made it all the way to the national championship game. 7-0 points off turnovers in the second half from Morgan Park. That's how they got their 7-0 run to start the half.
And Fenwick with 4 second half turnovers already. Nice look.
O'Laughlin double team now and a quick timeout for Rick Malnati.
They do a nice job of the rotate and recover. Morgan Park is able to double team and then recover really well. Tough place to throw the ball inbounds here. Really difficult spot to throw it inbounds.
Inside, O'Laughlin muscles it up, the tight end. And the Friars take a 1-point lead.
Big bucket right there. Now they have to respect him a little bit more.
Mello Burrell baseline jumper. Keller chases down the rebound. He's going to take it all the way off the glass and no good. And here come the Mustangs. Irvin, 1-on-3. Tip in and good by Linnell Henry, who has 5 now.
More second chance points.
Stewart into the lane. It's just amazing.
Call me when he's afraid, will you please? Because I love to see it.
13 points for the freshman. He had 23 yesterday. And Johnson hits the floor hard. Check that. That was Burnett. O'Laughlin picks up the foul. Morgan Park down 1 here with 2:32 to go in the third quarter. About what you expected in this game?
Yeah, this is pretty close. Without Nixon, this has been an impressive run by Fenwick.
Burnett's shot's no good. The ball tapped back out to him, and he puts it off the glass. Amari Burnett with 12.
Keep track of those second chance points, fans, because they just continue to mount now for Morgan Park. They're bigger, they're stronger, they're more athletic than Fenwick. And those second chance points are the difference right now.
Inside, O'Laughlin fires it out to the freshman.
Too many passes.
Yep. Somebody needed to take a shot there. And it might have been O'Laughlin, although he's not really a big offensive threat for them. But
he had a good shot. Yeah, he had an open look.
What do you think of that shot by Cam Irvin?
It's a little long.
Yeah. Sam Daniels, the miss from the corner. Malnati barking off defensive orders. Stewart almost came up with a steal. Irvin the give to Burrell and off the glass. What an athletic play by Mello Burrell to catch it and then throw it off the glass.
Heck of a job just to catch the basketball.
1 minute, third quarter. Morgan Park now up 3. Stewart wants a long three. It's good! Oh, man. From the popcorn stand. Irvin at the other end.
And bodies are flying. You go to the basket, you'd better be ready to finish and take a hit. Because it's coming. Well, you got to find the freshman. You got to set a screen for him, and you got to get him open, and you've got to get him the ball. Technical foul. A technical foul against Morgan Park.
Technical foul on Lamont Johnson, I believe. That was across from our broadcast spot. Not sure what was going on over there, but Don King right there.
Taunting.
Taunting is the call.
Technical foul on 0. Lamont Johnson is taunting. Goes with a personal foul and a team foul. At the line, DJ Stewart.
You can see he kind of had his eye on that matchup there. He knew something was going on there.
Yep.
Now you hate to see something like that.
Yep. Yeah, with all that's going on, but officially you probably heard something. Said, nope, not what we do here. You called the line change yesterday, and it's kind of what we got here.
Yeah.
Nixon's back in with 27 seconds to go in the third quarter. Two things now. Nixon's got to be really careful not to get a foul. Fenwick has to get a good shot out of the possession.
The technical free throws tie the game at 40, and Fenwick looking for a final shot here to end the third.
Look at where they are in Augustine. Almost near half court, and they're right on him.
Keller with 7. Puts it on the floor, takes off the window, no good. Stewart is right in the right spot. Isn't he always? Doesn't it seem like he's always in the right spot?
Yeah, you saw the ball come off the rim, go right to him. Not because he's just there, it's because, like you said, he sees the ball, he finds where the rebound is coming, one dribble to find the opening, nice easy jump shot. We got a 2-point game and a freshman is leading.
Our McDonald's player profile highlights DJ Stewart, the freshman. He's leading his team. Check out this stat line. 20 points, 6 rebounds, 8 for 8 from the floor, 2 for 2 from three-point range, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. What did you say, a block, 2 steals?
Yeah, just start throwing out stats because he's got them. If it's positive, although he does have 3 turnovers, that's the freshman side of him. Everything else, this kid reads the floor so well, understands the flow of the game so well, and he has just been outstanding.
Oh, and by the way, he scored the team's last 9 points. This player profile brought to you by McDonald's All-American Games. The future begins March 29th at the United Center. The freshmen shall lead them. 42-40 our score as we enter the fourth quarter.
Got a chance playing that McDonald's game in a couple years.
Here's Keller with the takeaway. Ahead to Nixon. Damari Nixon with the finish and 1 for the Friars.
Came from Keller. Keller really set that up well. Bringing the ball up the floor, he just made a quick little hesitation right there. See the little look, and then he comes back and makes the dish. And that little look was all it took to draw the defender. And then he's able to make the pass. A tiny little look, but it lets the man get open.
A.J. Nixon's little brother with the three-point play, and it's a 5-point Fenwick lead.
Yeah,
Henry double team.
Yep, blocking foul.
And Johnson into the lane and gets the whistle. Damari Nixon picks up the whistle. And now Morgan Parks, just you can't panic when you're down 5 with this much time left.
No, and not as good as they are offensively and defensively. As long as they are, they've been in this situation before.
Keller another steal. And the swat. Oh man, Mello Burrell. What a swat. Burnett, the miss at the other end. Here comes Keller. Can't finish the dunk. Gets it back. Lays it up and in. And he'll go to the line for the three-point play.
What a really good play by Nixon here. And this is what having a senior on the floor does. Here's the block. Boom. Goes off the backboard. Heck of a block. But what Nixon did, watch what Nixon does. Watch 10 here. Grab the ball, get it right back to Keller. The defense came out. They went after the rebound and came out, took a step toward Nixon. Nixon, with that senior leadership, goes right back to the man right under the basket. He drops it in, and we've got a possible three-point play.
Wow.
That's and people talk about this a lot. That's the difference now with a senior. He's not going to get rattled. He catches the basketball off that rebound, off the tip, and then he goes right back to the open man. And it's a quick recognition. And that's what a senior does. That's what having a senior on the floor means, especially a guy that's going to touch the ball a lot. So with Keller and Nixon, guys that have been through this, you know, that like we've talked about, not only have they played great competition this year, but they play it all summer long. You know, in the summer league games. Now, Keller does a lot of football, obviously, but is also playing basketball. And that's where it's so much fun to watch. So much fun with leadership. Said he's not going to score a lot of points. He doesn't have to be a big factor.
He'll play college football at quarterback at the University of Northern Iowa. He was a 2-guard last year. He played a 4 as a sophomore and now moved to point guard as a senior. So just, I mean, you could go on and on about the intangibles this guy brings to the floor, the leadership, the ball handling. That's, you know, I mean, he doesn't turn the ball over. And he comes up with another steal.
How strong is this?
3 steals in this quarter for Jacob Keller.
And now you got time. If you're Fenwick now, you've got time. Time is on your side. You're up 7 with just under 7 minutes left. You don't have to hurry through anything. And I would expect the ball to be in this guy's hands a lot.
Rick Malnati told us earlier this week, if we don't turn the ball over and if we rebound, we are tough to beat. And they are showing that here. Nixon misses the layup. 7-point Fenwick lead. Plenty of time for Morgan Park, playing without their all-stater. And now a charge call against Cam Irvin.
And he almost got a T on top of that. Very, very good job by the official who came. I mean, the hand started to move, and then Irvin just stopped saying anything and turned his head. Yes, sir, I'm sorry. That was close. You cannot show up the official.
Friars will take their time here, looking for win number 31 and the first state championship in program history. Foul before the shot.
And I don't know if you heard Nick Irvin, but he said he's going down, and he knew that Keller was going right to the basket, so it's a foul that they wanted to take to prevent that layup.
And you know, you talk about these guys playing together. Keller and Nixon, the two that hooked up,
right,
played together since 2nd grade. I mean, they know where each other is. They know what each other's thinking out here on the basketball floor. I mean, that's back when it was like rugby, where everybody's chasing the ball, you know?
Yeah.
Hasn't been that long since my kids were playing.
No, yeah.
At
So
that
you've seen
age,
it.
oh
Yep.
yeah, it's like
you know it.
Soccer's the same way as like 16 people around the ball. They have taken it up a few levels since then. And it's a 7-0 run to start this quarter. It's an 11-0 run going back to the third quarter for Fenwick. They come up with another takeaway. Keller won't risk the dunk here. Wisely just laying it in, taking the sure thing.
Nick Irvin wants to know how there was
wants
not a foul at half court. Nick is really upset that there was no foul at half court, and I've got to tell you, I'm kind of in Nick Irvin's corner with this one. I think there was a lot of contact here, right there.
Yeah.
That's a foul.
Well, especially when the possession changes hands, right?
Yeah. That's a foul, and that's a foul. Both players going for the ball, but right there. That's where you've got to protect the person with the ball so that they're able to control the ball. I don't think Coach Irvin agrees with the officials on that.
I think he's got a gripe there.
But now,
what do you do now?
It's happened. There's nothing you can do about that. You know, he's trying to get a call the next 2 or 3 times down the floor. That's what this is all about. But now, if you're Morgan Park, you've got to make something happen. You're down 11 with 5.5 left. So there's plenty of time, but I don't think you can start to hurry. Remember, we talked about this. You can be quick, but don't hurry. You don't need the first 3-pointer. There isn't 45 seconds left. There's 5.5 minutes left. You've still got plenty of time for a run, and this is a team that has lived on runs for years. This is who they are, so they have that opportunity.
51-40, Fenwick seeking their first state championship in boys basketball history. Back-to-back trips in 97 and 98. No trophy to show for. That was back when there was an Elite 8 and 4 teams went home on day 1.
Nice drive
take,
and a heck
but
of
it
a
didn't
rebound.
go.
And now watch for 3 guys to shoot the ball here. This young man right here, number 1, number 10, and number 11. Those are the 3.
Not 21?
Well, 21 too. Yeah, see, and that's it. He had the shot, but that's not what they need right now. Ooh, look out.
Yep. And here goes.
And there's a foul, yep.
Oh, and now
he's
Keller
grabbed
goes
his
down
ankle.
hard. He hit his own player. Ran into A.J. Nixon.
Rick Malnati saying no bounce passes. What are you doing? You don't bounce the ball at half court.
You know, good news for Fenwick and Jacob Keller. He is able to get up and get off the floor on his own power, but his team has an 11-point lead. Tonight on CSN Plus, boys basketball action continues this time. Class 4A championship on the line. Simeon and Whitney Young competing for their chance at the title. That's at 7:15 tonight on CSN Plus, or live stream the game at csnchicago.com/Illinois High School, or on the NBC Sports app. Or you can watch it on your 19-inch black and white TV like I did.
Come to the game.
Or come to the game. That's going to be a good one tonight.
Oh, yeah. Differing styles in that 3A game. Heck of a contest 4A game.
Burnett for 3. He's got 15 points.
And now if you're Fenwick, the thing you can't do is you can't get caught up in just waiting. You got to try and score just like that.
And there's Stewart with a take. He's got 22. And you weren't going to let him shoot. And Morgan Park will go to the line for the 3-point play as Marcus Watson with a strong take down the lane for the Mustangs.
Nice drive and kick and a really good look at a 3. And this is just, there are not many freshmen anywhere that can make that kind of a decision. And Keller's got to know better than that. You cannot foul somebody like that.
Now you're helping the Mustangs when you got this kind of a lead in the fourth quarter. Watson, the 3-point play.
Got to get it to Keller and get out of the way.
Friars break the pressure. Midway through the fourth quarter, Burrell got a hand on it.
Hit the official.
Off the official and out of bounds. Burrell didn't get a hand on it?
Yeah, but hit the official.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
just making sure.
Well, I don't see as well as I used to.
Ooh, that was a heck of a screen. Billy Bruce put a shoulder.
Almost threw it away, and now Irvin takes it away. And it'll be a block foul on Billy Bruce as the Mustangs are hanging around and making a run here. Cam Irvin Nick Irvin rather whipping his team up here from the sideline.
Bruce just got in the way, trying to draw the charge. The other end, Keller with a no-look bounce pass, trying to be a little fancy. Didn't time to look fancy. It's a state championship game. This is it. You make sure of things right now.
Nick Irvin says some people doubted his nephew, motivated him. He's helped lead this vaunted Morgan Park program to state.
Pretty strong game, 6-6 for him.
The senior strokes the second free throw. And it's a 5-point game. Here comes the pressure, and now the foul as
might have lost
Nixon
his
looks
contact.
for a contact lens. They got it.
Found it.
Did you see? I don't know what game it was last week, but there was an assistant coach who spotted it from the bench all the way across the floor. Did you see that?
Yep.
I think he was a coach.
I think you're right, yeah.
As good a player as Jamal Nixon is, that's impressive to me. I can never do that.
Oh, no, there's no way. Not a chance.
Not a problem. He can do it all.
Not a big offensive game for him, but he's had foul trouble and he's been out a lot. Missed the free throw in the back. Morgan, here comes Morgan Park.
Yep.
And a freshman moment as Coach Malnati is letting him know that that may not have been the proper play to climb over the back.
Tonight is High School Lights season finale. Look back at the 2016-17 basketball season. Highlights from this championship game, the 4A championship game, and more. High School Lights presented by Wintrust tonight at 10, streaming live at csnchicago.com. The South Elgin Band providing the entertainment here today as Fenwick tries to hang on to this lead. They were up 9 moments ago, and now it's 5.
Remember we talked, it was 10, and I said, you can't hurry. Just take your time, relax. It's not over. There's plenty of time. This was like 7:20, something like that, left in the quarter. do what you do, and that's what Morgan Park has done. They've gotten second chance opportunities. They've taken advantage of those, and now they're limiting Fenwick with their ability to be able to get to the basket. They're making Fenwick more of a jump shooting team and taking away those first couple options. So a lot of basketball left to be played. A lot.
Rick Malnati not enjoying the way things have gone here the last few moments. A 5-0 run by Morgan Park. And here at the line with a chance to add to it is junior Cam Burrell. Can't get the free throw to go. Making free throws. And in this case, both teams missing a couple of big ones here. Nixon gets it across. And you know Morgan Park's going to bring everything they've got defensively.
Yeah, this is time for double teams.
Nixon gets it. Now back out to Bruce.
A lot of time to just let the air out of the ball. I don't think you can do that here. And Rick Malnati wanted a timeout. And watch him. Look at who he's going after. The freshman again. When a teammate gets in trouble, you've got to be able to help them. You've got to find an opening. You cannot stand still. When that teammate's double team, you've got to be able to find a place, and you've got to have some kind of a call that they know it's you, so that they're going to be able to say, okay, I know that's Lee, and I can make that pass because I trust that it's Lee. There's got to be something where I recognize your voice, but you have to get open. If I'm double teamed and in trouble, it's up to you. It's not up to me. It's up to you to get open and then be able to let me know that you're open.
And now at this point in the game, are they really trying to hold the ball, or are they just looking for that perfect shot?
They're looking for two things. Number one, they're looking for the perfect shot, but number two, they're also looking for the right person to take that shot. It's going to be a very limited amount of people that can shoot the basketball here. There are 3 of them on the floor. 1,
Keller.
10, and 21. Anybody else shoots the ball and it doesn't go in, you might walk back to Oak Park after the game.
And expect to get double teamed if you have the basketball.
Yep.
Boy, that's a bad spot to take it to in that game.
Yeah.
Keller in bad territory, turns it over. Watson doesn't get the layup, but he'll go to the line with 2:23 left. So the senior guard with a mistimed turnover there.
And this is where, I mean, you've done a really good job at spreading them and attacking the basket. Here we go with the run out and the foul. That's 4 on Nixon. And so now it's a 5-point game. It's going to be less than that, you'd think, after at least 1 or 2 makes here. But I think Fenwick may want to be a little bit more aggressive in going to the basket and trying to finish. And if you don't make it to the basket, stop for that 7-8 foot jump shot off the glass.
Keller got the ball in deep, but opted to throw it out and turned it over. Free throw no good. The rebound, Morgan Park. And the foul on Nixon is his 5th. And it's 2 free throws for Morgan Park as it's double bonus time for the Mustangs.
And now Rick Malnati's going to talk to the official a little bit. And this is as much talking to the official and trying to get the official to recognize him as it is getting like Keller an extra 15 or 20 seconds of a blow here. Now he's going to get a chance to talk to his team. He's got 30 seconds to make the substitution, and so he's got to go through what he needs them to do. This has gone from 10 now to 4.
Maybe ice the shooter a little bit too. Take all the time you want.
There are several things he can accomplish right here.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
We'll see how Melo Burrell handles that. He's shot the ball well at the line today, 5 of 6.
And a guy,
6'7" senior.
A guy like O'Loughlin now you think is going to have to handle the ball and do something to help this team. get a block out, get a rebound, maybe a second chance opportunity at the other end. He's going to have to contribute somehow. Without Nixon, it's a big loss.
Burrell missed them both. It's still a 2-possession lead for Fenwick. They'll burn a little clock here. 2:08 to play.
Watch for this double team. You know it's coming. You absolutely know it's coming.
Damari Nixon leans in and gets the call against Burnett.
And Fenwick needs this now. This is big for them to be able to get to the free throw line, get a point or two out of this. It's not a tie game, and it's not a one-possession game. So a free throw here or two can make a big difference.
Damari Nixon 78% at the line this season.
Perfect.
He was a starter earlier in the season, and then the play of the freshman, DJ Stewart, pushed him to the bench. An opportunity to make a huge impact here.
They get O'Loughlin back. They put Keller on the free throw line. This may be a little pressure that's coming here. Have O'Loughlin kind of be the safety valve in the back. Had he made the free throw, that might have happened, but he didn't.
He splits them. It's a 5-point game. Morgan Park trailed by 10. Watson gives to Burnett now with 1:36 left. And Nick Irvin calls timeout. He'll take a full timeout here with 1:36 left. Morgan Park and Fenwick each with 2 timeouts left. November 2nd, 2016, there was drama, there was rain, there was baseball, and a world championship. CSN presents Rain Men, the story behind Game 7, an hour-long documentary with exclusive interviews from Cubs players, coaches, and more, narrated by country music sensation and lifelong Cubs fan Brett Eldridge. Premieres Monday, March 27th at 9:30, only on CSN.
Is this what a state championship game is supposed to look like, isn't it? I mean, this has got everything you could want. Not only are there great players on the floor, we're missing one, obviously, with Ayo Dosunmu, but great players on the floor for either team, great coaches that are making chess moves now and have been for about the last 5 minutes or so, making little moves, the perfect timeout, the call out of the timeout. Nick Irvin realizes this is a big possession. You need a bucket. You don't need a 3, but you need points out of this possession. I'd expect something going to the basket here, or a nice little 12-foot jump shot, something like that. And then I would expect to see them put on a little different sort of pressure. Maybe it's a man-to-man, which we haven't seen this game. Something like that coming out of this timeout for Nick Irvin. That's what I would look for here.
Irvin launches a 3. It's picked up inside, almost like a pass inside, and Cam Burrell will shoot free throws, and it'll be 2 free throws as they are in the double bonus.
Billy Bruce is third.
Billy Bruce whistled for the foul. Cam Burrell, 6'6" junior at the line for Morgan Park.
Billy Bruce has a big job right now. Billy Bruce has got to block out. He's got Lamont Johnson right next to him, and Billy Bruce has got to block out.
For a 1-possession game. Good.
Here they come. Now, this is the first time we've seen this trap off of the inbound pass and a foul. Morgan Park stole the ball. This is the first time we've seen that. We knew Nick Irvin was going to do something, and he put in the immediate trap on the first pass.
He's got a pretty big smile on his face, doesn't he?
He just looked over at me and kind of winked like, yeah, it worked. That's what I want. It's exactly what he wanted. And I'll tell you again, Billy Bruce has got a big job. So does Mike O'Loughlin. They've got to block out. Look at him.
Cam Burrell can make this a 1-point game. The Fenwick lead was 10. And it's now 1. And more pressure from the Mustangs. Keller gets it across. Damari Nixon takes it up. He'll go to the line. He took it strong to the hole and got just a piece of Mello Burrell. He didn't have enough position to get the charge call. And it'll be free throw time. 2 free throws for Damari Nixon as Fenwick is now in the double bonus.
Good call. Was not completely in front of him.
Two of 3 at the line for Nixon. They get a little tougher to shoot in this position, don't they?
They do.
Malnati looks on. Missed them both. Morgan Park the rebound, and Mello Burrell fell to the floor and traveled. And I think he might have bumped Cam Irvin on the way down.
That's what I thought, yeah.
I think his own teammate may have caused the turnover.
Now, we haven't seen this lineup for the inbound before. Yeah, he ran over his own teammate. Haven't seen this lineup, and this is what I thought. I thought Rick Malnati would call a timeout here. With 1:11 left, he's called a full timeout. This is, not only is this about this inbounds play, this is about what we're going to do defensively at the other end. Malnati's going to talk to his team about, first of all, the inbound play. Make sure now you're going to set this screen here. You're going to fake here. Whatever it is they're going to do, he's going to have all of that set. But he's also talking to them about what's going to happen when they go to the other end. Here's what Morgan Park is likely to do. Here's what we need to do defensively. Now you see Nick Irvin talking about, here's what, first of all, here's what they're going to do. These two guys are like brothers. They know each other's inbounds plays. There's no secrets here. This is like the old Green Bay Packers. They're going to run a sweep. You know they're going to run a sweep. Can you stop it? So everyone knows everyone else's plays. There are no secrets. It's a matter of how well you can execute what you know you have to do and what they know you're going to do. Malnati has taken a long time in that huddle. He got in there right away with that clipboard. And if they can do this without Nixon, without Jamal Nixon, this is going to be a big, big win for Fenwick. It's a state championship game, yes. Now they come out with a different look. Now it's a box look. Generally, you're looking for a screen across here, and that's the guy that's going to get the pass. Right there. And he throws it away.
And it's Mustangs ball.
How well,
seems to be a little confusion as to whose ball it is.
How well defended was that by Morgan Park? They moved their feet defensively. They found the opening. That was really, really strong. And I think someone is in the game that did not check in. That's my guess. Yeah, so it's a substitution when no time came off the clock, so he cannot check in.
1:11 left. Fenwick led by 10. The gritty Mustangs have fought back. And Nick Irvin trying to call timeout.
Screaming for timeout. And he got a timeout right before a foul. Billy Bruce just was a half a second from picking up a foul.
It took a long time to get that timeout recognized.
We got each team with one left?
Yes.
Exactly what you'd want in a state championship game. Everything you would want.
Does that sum it up or not? 58.9 left. Morgan Park rallying from a 10-point deficit. A 10-1 run here as they have pulled within one. These guys know a little something about state championship basketball, going for the third state championship in the last 5 years. They grow up watching this kind of thing.
Again, look for something going to the basket. Oh, great steal.
Stewart, the freshman. And now he throws it away.
And a foul. Yep, good call.
And a whistle on Jacob Keller, rather.
Can I tell you again?
And that's his fifth. Wow.
Now your two All-Staters are out of the game. Huge. Huge. It's all going to fall on the freshman. He's out with 8 points. It's all going to fall onto the freshman. The two big guys have got to block out, and they're not all that big.
Watson ties the game. Let's go to Sierra Santos.
In that last huddle, Nick Irvin drew up the play, and one of his other assistant coaches said, when you guys score, don't celebrate. We got to get back on D. Now they have a chance to take the lead right here.
Rattles it in. Watson perfect at the line. And it's a 1-point Morgan Park lead.
And now you would look for that Morgan Park pressure.
A three. In and out. O'Loughlin with the follow. It's off Morgan Park. It'll be Fenwick ball. Not sure about that three-point shot by A.J. Nixon.
How do you get the freshman the ball? You've got 30 seconds left. This isn't going to be O'Loughlin. This isn't going to be anybody else. This isn't going to be Nixon. This is your freshman who's got to get the ball.
O'Loughlin gets it, and he's fouled on the inbounds play by Cam Irvin.
And that's a really smart foul. You got a guy that doesn't shoot a lot of free throws, has not shot much of anything today, and now before anything else can happen, you're going to put him to the free throw line.
6'5" junior, 69% free thrower on the season. He gets two.
That's clutch.
He ties the game at 55. 29.3 left in regulation. We had overtime in the 1A state championship game last week. This is the second. We're tied. Morgan Park can go for the win.
Each team with a timeout left if Irvin wants it. Drives down. Is that a charge, or did he get pushed before the charge? Offensive foul. That was a long wait by the official, and he's going to call the offensive foul. He did charge. I didn't know if he got pushed before the charge, but he did charge. And now DJ Stewart has got to get the ball.
Both officials kind of looked at each other.
Yep. Like, are you going to call it, or, you know, yeah, that's a charge.
We've seen Billy Bruce do that before in this game.
How tough is that?
$17.9 left. Tie game. Stewart, the freshman, with 9. Now with 7.
And he traveled. He got pushed. There was a little bump there, but he traveled.
Rick Malnati was trying to call timeout, didn't get it. And it's 6.7 left in regulation. Tie game. Morgan Park with the basketball. They have a timeout if they need it.
And there is some confusion right now with Morgan Park on who's doing what.
Mello Burrell will inbounds. The give is to Watson. 2 seconds. At the buzzer for the win. Burnett in and out off the window. And we've got overtime.
Overtime for the state championship. Fenwick is without their 2 stars, but the freshman is still on the floor.
Morgan Park has gotten to this state championship game without Ayo Dosunmu. Keller and Nixon are out with fouls, and it was that close for Namari Burnett. Wow.
And wow is right. Wow doesn't describe how good this is, but wow is right. There's nothing else you can say. What a terrific turn of events for us, for the viewers, to be able to see even more of this state championship game.
So Nick Irvin's had to mix and match since very early in the semifinal game yesterday.
Yeah.
Rick Malnati has to do that now with his top 2 seniors on the bench.
His
with
leaders,
5 fouls.
Leaders are out. Leaders are gone. And so now Rick Malnati's got to figure out where they can get points. Other than the freshmen, who else can score, and how can we invent ways for people to get easy shots? You go into the basket, you better go in strong. You don't try and do anything different. You try and finish up high by the rim and lay it in. But if there's a rebound, it will be a man's rebound. Oh, what a great game.
There's a look at our leading scorers. Namari Burnett with 15 points. A big game for him. 3 threes. Cam Irvin with 9. Johnson and Burrell with 7 each. DJ Stewart, the freshman, with 22. Keller is out with fouls with 8. AJ Nixon, Damari Nixon, the brothers, combining for 14 points.
And Fenwick going with a defensive tip here. See all the white jerseys? They're in the back court. They know they're not going to win the tip, so they want to be set defensively once Morgan Park gets the ball, which they have now.
Trying to get it inside to Henry, and they throw it over his head. Damari Nixon takes it strong to the hoop, draws the foul. It'll be 2 free throws for Damari Nixon, who's slow to get up.
Like the aggressiveness, I just like to see him finish a little higher, but he may have gotten hit before he was able to do that. He's shaken up. There aren't a lot of guys left for Fenwick that have played much this year. Yeah, he did get hit pretty hard.
Nixon 2 of 5 at the line. He's got 7 points now. He can give the Friars a 2-point lead here as we are in overtime for the 3A state championship. 32 minutes, not enough. Last day of the season, why not play a little extra?
Yeah, what the heck. Let us enjoy a little more great basketball.
Trying to get something going here against the Friars defense in the half court. Irvin takes it all the way. He'll go to the line as O'Loughlin gets whistled for the foul. That's his 4th.
They cannot lose Mike O'Loughlin. They can't. He's an experienced player. He's a big body that can get rebounds, that can play defense, that can get a couple points. Got to be careful here.
Cam Irvin hits the first one. He can tie it with his 2nd free throw attempt. Perfect at the line, 3 of 3 today. Misses it. Bruce got a hand on it and
Huge
throws
save.
it off the Mustangs player and gets it back for Fenwick. Boy, I thought he had it and lost it, but a heads-up play, and it's Fryer's ball. Boy, they got it in a bad spot, too, right down in that corner where the trap was just waiting. And now they throw away an easy one. Nixon was wide open. And Mike O'Laughlin throws it into the front row. And there's some of that, you know, you got guys in spots that aren't used to being in that spot.
Yep. That's it. Yeah. And now you've got to recover from that. If you're Fenwick, you've got to recover from that turnover. You're up 1.
You went from a quarterback making that pass to a tight end.
Yeah. Good point.
Lamont Johnson, Namari Burnett rather, for 3. And the Mustangs take a 2-point lead. Stewart, the freshman, bringing it up and drawing the foul. Looked like an ill-advised play, but he gets the whistle and he'll go to the line.
Long 3. Nothing but net. Nice shooting touch. Caught it. Squared up.
DJ Stewart, perfect from everywhere on the floor today. 9 of 9 from the floor. 2 of 2 behind the arc. Now 3 of 3 at the free throw line. He was probably going to play JV ball this year until he hit 7 threes in a varsity scrimmage, and Rick Malnati said, "Hey, I'm not putting him on the JV.
Yeah, I'm not that stupid." Yeah.
59 all. Burnett again for 3. 21 for Namari Burnett, and it's a 3-point Morgan Park lead. Damari Nixon takes it to the hole but can't finish.
And now the shoe's on the other foot. Now Morgan Park can wait for a really good opportunity. They don't need to take that first shot. And they've spread the floor out.
We'll burn a little clock here. Irvin takes it down the lane, gives it to Mello Burrell for the jam. And it's a 5-point Morgan Park lead. Can the Friars recover? The Mustangs knocking down shots here in the overtime and building a 5-point lead.
And it doesn't have to be a 3 here, but it's got to be a good shot here pretty quick.
Stewart thought about it. It's A.J. Nixon from the corner. He splashes it in for 3, and we've got a 2-point game. What a big shot by A.J. Nixon to answer.
Well, Morgan Park does a nice job of spreading the floor, finding the open man. 2 steps behind the line. Yeah, that's okay. That's my range. I'm good with that. Nice dish. You draw the defender, and this is where the inexperience, a little bit of Fenwick with the people on the floor, maybe haven't had time together, but then a huge answer.
A.J. Nixon, his 3rd 3 of the game. And Burnett with back-to-back 3s, and that last one, I don't think he was open. I mean,
no.
He had a defender right on him, and to get that shot off with a guy right on you like that and make it.
But the key, he squared up. You know, he came around that screen and he squared up, saw the basket, took his time, got that elbow in, and just dropped it down. That's what a shooter does.
Morgan Park up 2. What a championship game we've got here. Thanks for being with us. America's original March Madness, you bet. Overtime, Morgan Park #1 in the state. Fenwick tied for #2 in the poll. A.J. Nixon, the junior. Uncle Ronnie Fields will be proud of that shot as he hit a big 3 there to make it a 2-point game. Now, what will Morgan Park do? What will Fenwick do defensively?
Oh, I thought we'd see a trap right there. Trying to keep him on one side of the floor.
Marcus Watson gets a timeout as the Friars brought the double team. 34.8 left. Both teams in the double bonus. And it has gone back and forth here in overtime. As you take a look at Nick Irvin and the Mustang coaches trying to draw something up. Namari Burnett, a couple of huge three-point shots. That was the one where he wasn't open. He drained it anyway.
Yep, got those shoulders square, got his feet square. This is a really nice dish.
Mello Burrell with the assist to Cam Irvin, and A.J. Nixon with Jamal Nixon and Jacob Keller on the bench with 5 fouls. Ayo Dosunmu out with a broken foot for Morgan Park. And it's the other guys that have stepped up.
That's it. And that's when you're in a team like that, it's next man up. You know, it's you're sorry that your star player got hurt and that he's out, but the next man up has to step in and do the job of what they're telling him he's got to do.
The Morgan Park bench interlocking arms here in a show of team unity as they hold a 2-point lead and they have the basketball. Marcus Watson brings it across. Closely guarded by Damari Nixon. Burnett, another 3. You bet.
Wow.
Namari Burnett. A 5-point Morgan Park lead. Nixon tries to answer, it does. And Rick Malnati calls timeout with 14.6 left. You've got to be kidding me.
You can't write this any better.
Oh, my.
This is
Namari.
heavyweight, roundhouse to the jaw, and the other heavyweight. This is Rocky and Apollo Creed 2 right at the end of the flight when they're going right back and forth.
I want you.
Oh, man.
Namari Burnett, 6 of 10 behind the arc. 24 points.
You figure this 3 right here pretty well seals it, right?
Sure. It's over.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough to get a 3 off and make it, and then have time. A quick 3. This is, I'm telling you, this is a great heavyweight fight.
A.J. Nixon, 4 of 9 behind the arc. 2 of those here in overtime. Yeah, the Fenwick fans feeling a little bit of the nerves down there, too.
Morgan Park has the lead. 14.6 left. This game is not over. Now, Fenwick is out of timeouts. Morgan Park has 1 left. And Rick Malnati has had a long talk with his team.
Six made threes is a 3A title game record, and here is Mello Burrell to inbounds.
And
Burnett to bring
right
it
away.
Got to, don't they?
Yeah.
And they get the foul, and Cam Irvin will shoot the free throws for Morgan Park. He's 3 of 4 at the line.
Yeah, a guy that you would definitely want. If you're a Morgan Park fan, you would want him at the line. Head coach's nephew, obviously been with the program since the day he was born.
Yes. 3 of 4 at the line today. He can make it a 2-possession game with this one. Nick Irvin barking out his defense after the free throw. Irvin, yes.
You need a basket quick.
Stewart, the freshman, takes it strong to the hole. No more timeouts.
And now the official has stopped the clock. Delay of game warning against Fenwick with a half-second left.
Rick Malnati was politicking for more time on the clock. I don't think he's going to win that one.
You just have to get a touch. Anybody, anyway, anyhow, touches the ball.
That's it. That would not have counted had it gone, and Morgan Park storms back from a 10-point deficit, and they win in overtime their third state championship in the last 5 years.
Lots of hugs, lots of celebration. Could not possibly have asked for a better, closer, more competitive, more exciting finish to the 3A season. This is a classic basketball game, a heartbreak for Fenwick.
Yes,
and
indeed.
Elation for Morgan Park without their star. And Rick Malnati goes over to Iodesumu right now and gives him a hug.
He is determined to go through that handshake line. Now he's going to let him come to him.
Nope.
Maybe.
Now he is.
And a big hug for the freshman DJ Stewart. Fenwick had a 10-point lead. Couldn't hang on. A bitter defeat for them. But what a year for the Friars. 30 wins. And the top two teams
showed that they're the top two.
Absolutely.
Showed that they are the top two teams in the state.
Fenwick, the 10-point lead. Morgan Park, I thought it was interesting. Nick Irvin earlier in the week told his kids, don't worry about the early start. Teams are going to come out gangbusters, and we'll come back. We'll fight back. And that's what they did late in this game.
Yeah.
Sierra Santos is with our star of the game, the leading scorer for Morgan Park. Maybe a career high, we're not sure, but 24 points, 6 of 10 behind the arc for Namari Burnett.
Namari, was that a career high? We got to know.
I think so, but I just wanted to get the win, and we have fun. I told them before the game and the halftime, we have to have fun in order to win. That's what we did.
Well, you do have your first championship, and you're only a freshman. How good does this one feel?
Feels great. I did it for Nick Irvin, my parents, God, everybody who believes in me, and I just really wanted to get that win.
Now, Io helped get you here. He wasn't able to be on the floor, but how good does it feel to be able to win this one even without him there?
It feels great because, he always tells me to go hard and push myself to be the best I can be, and I made shots and helped my team win. So he was a big part to the success of the team.
How much did your coach have a huge part in this? You guys told me before, he's an animal.
He goes crazy. Without him standing up, what's going on? Is that him? Is that Nick Irvin? But no, he just gets us going. He helps us stay in the game and play hard all the time.
Now let's bring in the guys you call an animal. Coach Irvin. All right, that had to be fun.
Yeah, good job, boy. Oh, that was fun. That's how we've been playing all season. Grind out basketball and just play with all heart. 32 minutes all heart. Never quit, never give up. Oh, I'm so happy.
You talked about how Cam Irvin, your nephew, needed to step up. Now you're winning this one as a family.
Oh, this a sweet moment. We did it for my father. When he stepped to the line, I said, do it for Papa. And he did it. He did it for him. I want to grow up.
I just asked him this. Io huge part of your program. He's what got you here. He wasn't able to play today. Is this one for him?
Yeah, this one definitely for Io. It was a hard soul of the team all year, and we wanted to go out and do it for him, and we did it. We did it. And I did it with 2 freshman guards that a lot of people probably said, what's wrong with Nick? Why are you trusting him? I trust all my players, and they love the moment. Man, I'm happy. Did it. That's 3 pops. That's 3 pops. Yeah.
Congratulations, Coach. Congratulations. We'll send it back to the table. Even I get a hug.
I think you become part of the family.
Yeah,
it looks
you
like.
are now. Yeah, we all are. Nick Irvin and the Morgan Park Mustangs coming back from a 10-point deficit to force overtime and win in overtime. Our Wintrust play of the game is the dunk. Mello Burrell. Well, or maybe it's this one from Namari Burnett. How about that?
Or this one from Burnett. Or maybe it was this one from Burnett.
6 3-pointers made. He's just a freshman. How about the freshmen in this game? DJ Stewart, Namari Burnett combining for 50 points in this state championship game. Let's go to Paul Herzog for the awards presentation here for Fenwick and Morgan Park.
Assistant coach, Staunton Peck. Assistant coach, Pat McGrail. Assistant coach, Patrick Walsh. Manager, Matt Huerta. Manager, Adrian Ruiz. Manager, Antonio Bosco. Now the Friars players. 1, Jacob Keller. 2, Sam Cure. 3, Michael Fiorito. 4, Damari Nixon. 5, Nico Hobbs. 10, Jamal Nixon. 11, AJ Nixon. 20, Sam Daniels. 21, DJ Stewart. 24, Billy Bruce. 25, Connor Wilson. 31, Lucas Kolovitz. 32, Thomas Reyes. 33, Mike O'Loughlin. And 42, Jack Hennigy. The Friars of Oak Park Fenwick, second place, 2017. Congratulations, 30-5 on the season. Presenting the medallions for first place will be Gerald Morrow and Dan Kleck.
I guess. Good enough.
Now let's meet the Regional Athletic Director of Chicago Public Schools, Tony McCoy. Principal, Dr. Carolyn Epps. Athletic Director, Michael S. Berger.
Thank you.
Head Coach, Nick Irvin. Assistant Coach,
I do that every time.
Odell Davis. Assistant Coach, Lance Irvin. Assistant Coach, Terrence Johnson.
Thank you.
Assistant Coach, Curtis Ellison. Assistant Coach, Christian Hopkins. Manager, Alan Taylor. Now the Mustang players. 0, Lamont Johnson. 1, Tamel Pearson.
Go down a little bit for me. There you go. There you go.
3, Cam Burrell. 4, Cam Irvin. 10, Namari Burnett. 11, Ayo Dosunmo. 12, Tavares McCullough. 15, Mello Burrell. 20, DeAndre Freeman. 21, Sean Robinson. 22, Marcus Watson. 23, Linnell Henry. 32, Jamari Harris. 34, Kenyon Dooling. And 44, Quincy Dillard. Congratulations, Morgan Park Mustangs. First place, record of 26-6. Presenting the second place trophy will be Dan Tully. Will Coach Malnati and the captains of Fenwick please step forward to receive the second place trophy. Presenting the first place trophy will be Katie Hassan. Coach Irvin and the captains of the Mustangs, please step forward to receive the state championship trophy. Congratulations to both schools, your fans, friends, and family. We appreciate your stay at America's Original March Madness. Wherever you're driving next, we ask you to please.
Congratulations to the Morgan Park Mustangs, our Menards Trophy presentation as they take home their third state championship in the last 5 years. An incredible ball game, Tom Dorr. What a comeback by the Mustangs, trailing late, forcing overtime, and coming away with a win.
Yeah, doing what they had to do, playing Morgan Park basketball, which is something that Nick Irvin had talked about before the game. He talked about it again at halftime. And you know that in the huddle, every time it was, do what we do. They find the open man. A freshman on both sides is so terrific. Just a great basketball game. So much fun to be here and watch.
It's the old cliche. It's a shame somebody had to lose this one, but it couldn't be more true here today. A hard-fought game, the Fenwick Friars and Morgan Park battling into overtime, where Morgan Park outlasts Fenwick. And the #1 team in the final poll is the #1 team at the end of the season. 69-67, Morgan Park, a 2-point winner. Third state championship in the last 5 seasons for the Mustangs, taking it back home to sweet home Chicago. For Tom Dorr, Sierra Santos, and our crew here at Carver Arena, I'm Lee Hall. 4A basketball coming your way tonight. So long from Peoria.